Okay, folks, it's Mike's Instant Movie Reviews, and quickly, we've had about 25 new subscribers in the last 16 or 20 hours. So thanks to all the new subscribers, and what I say to all my subscribers is, I don't expect you to watch every video. I don't expect you to, find every piece of content that I do to your liking. It's such an eclectic mix here. Look at that beautiful sky. Such an eclectic mix here on the Mike Messier YouTube channel that there's something for everyone, but not everything I do is for everyone. So what I'm going to do now is a Mike's Instant Movie Review on this film I just saw, The Girl Who Believes in Miracles. And it's interesting that it's titled that way in the present tense, not the post tense. And I was kind of hoping, okay, I guess I'll do some spoilers here. This is a Christian film. You don't have to be a Christian to see the movie. Obviously, they don't check your ID badge, your religious identification. Look at this wonderful sky. I'm going to show you a nice view. I'm going to turn around and show you this epic view. Okay, look at that. Well, that's a nice skyline, folks. Here I am in Jacksonville, Florida. Just saw this movie. Yes, theaters are running here. They've been running with only about a 3-month hiccup or a 4-month hiccup early in this pandemic. But I've been going to movies, trying to keep the movie industry alive, doing my Mike's Instant Movie Reviews. This movie that I saw this evening, how do I feel about it? I like the movie. It's a thumbs up. I mean, look, the Christian movie genre, in some regard, at least for me, I always kind of give these movies a little bit of a, I don't know what to say, like a thumb on the fucking meat scale, because when you compare the movies that they make in this Christian film genre now compared to maybe 15, 20 years ago, when all you had was Kirk Cameron and he's smashing up his computer to hide the pornography or to kill the pornography, or he's fire or whatever it was Firestorm or Burnt Alive or whatever it was. These Christian movies have come a long way, and one of their techniques as a genre is they usually import a name actor. I saw John Schneider, from Dukes of Hazzard in one of these films. In this particular one, they had Mira Sorvino, who's come a long way from her affiliations with Woody Allen and other Hollywood cretins. And here she is in this Christian film. Kevin Sorbo, I believe he used to play Hercules, and I believe he's had some controversies with his beliefs or his statements. They're in this movie. The guy that plays the dad, I was familiar with him. I think he used to be on Melrose Place, but I'm not sure. But the whole movie kind of centers around the female lead, who is a young character, maybe 7, maybe 6 to 8 years old. Got to be older than 6, so maybe 8 is the character. The actress is probably 10. That's the thing with these Hollywood movies. They often have an actor, even, and the actor, especially the kids, are usually 15 to 20% older than their character's age, so it's hard to tell. But she's got a great future ahead of her. It seemed like this movie had, I want to say one guy's name was Richard Carell. I've never heard of him before. He seemed to be the producer, the writer. I don't know if he was also the director. There was another guy's name, had a T in it, who was also like a co-collab. So I don't want to discredit either one of those guys from their partnerships, because I know how filmmakers are. They get very sensitive if you don't give them credit. What's going on in this movie? Well, I got to the theater. I was about 5 minutes late into the film, but basically there's a soccer game. The whole, it's a very Caucasian movie, meaning that it takes place in the white suburbs. That's fine. That's where I grew up. And then you have a soccer game. The older brother's playing soccer. The grandpa tells the little girl that, something to the effect of, you can pray for your brother to play well or something. But, of course, the older brother loses the game, controversial fashion, to a bully opponent who will come in later. Then we go through this whole shabab. The older brother, who I guess is a 17-year-old character, something like that, he's got a girlfriend who kind of, is very friendly with her boyfriend's younger sister. The three of them go to the lake. The older brother and the younger sister are off to play kissy face. Now, I thought what was going to happen here is I thought that the little girl was going to drown in the lake or something was going to happen. But instead, she discovers a dead bird, and she decides, we got Motorcycle Johnny over here. This guy thinks he's Charlie Sheen in The Wraith in 1988. But the little girl decides that she's going to pray over this dead bird. And then she makes a reference to Lazarus. And the next thing you know, the bird is flapping its wings. So this girl is an automatic conductor of energy because she prays so well that she can resurrect a dead bird. Now, the movie goes on from there in that the soccer player who beat her brother happens to see her, the little girl, the older brother, the girlfriend, and the little girl's best friend, who's a young gentleman who happens to be in a wheelchair. He's paralyzed from the waist down, apparently, because of an accident. And lo and behold, through a turn of events, the bully's dog gets hit by a vehicle, kind of like a Cobra Kai type of gang that hits the bully's dog. So then the little girl prays over the dog, and lo and behold, the dog comes back to life. So now this girl's got the power of animal healing in her. But, the friend, the gentleman in the wheelchair, says, hey, you know what? If this shit's going to work for these fucking animals, how about some action for me? So he hits her up for a favor that she can pray for him to walk again. And lo and effing behold, the little boy walks again the next day. So we have this pattern that this girl's got the power of Jesus. Now, I can get a little personal here, folks, and tell you, some of you may not be believing this, or I don't know if this is based on a true story or not. I was waiting, maybe I missed that at the beginning of the film because I was late, but I don't know if it was a true story. I have a feeling it might have been. But there was actually a faith healer in my family. You can look this up. Brother Andre, a faith healer in my lineage, in my blood vessels. So I know you can look up the Brother Andre story, the crutches in the cave, all these wonderful things that my ancestor, Brother Andre, performed miracles and so forth. So you can look that up as a true story. And what else? There's a person walking towards me. I hope they don't bother me while I'm doing this review. So what else happened? So the little girl is now, not only is she saving animals from death. Now, of course, they didn't say, hey, can we take you to the local slaughterhouse where they make all our McDonald's hamburgers? And can you resurrect all these cows in the slaughterhouse? Well, they didn't go that far with it. It was just animals that she liked. So then we go to the next sequences where there's a series of events. Word breaks out in this small town that we have a miracle worker on our hands in this small town. The local media does a story. The doctor, played by Kevin Sorbo, was very upset about the local media. And suddenly, the girl is a small town sensation. Her brother wakes up to look out the front yard, and there's tons of people, just like they did to my ancestor, Brother Andre. The cripples, the blind, the meek, they're all showing up at her doorstep. The parents, Mira Savino and the guy that's sort of famous, they come out to address these people and say, hey, come on, leave our little girl alone. She's only a child. But the little girl feels a calling, and she must face this situation, and she must save everyone. So she goes out and performs 3 miracles. She makes the blind see. She makes the cancer-free. And she makes the person, another guy in a wheelchair, stand up. So she's got that niche, the wheelchair niche. But once she performs these 3 miracles, she passes out from exhaustion. And her father swoops her up. They take her inside. They have the doctor come and see her, Sorbo, the doctor. And the story basically is she's exhausting herself by performing these miracles, and then Sorbo runs a series of tests, and she's got a huge tumor in her head. And before, she can do anything else, Sorbo gives her his character, not him, gives her the death warrant, the death sentence. She's got a tumor, and she's not going to fucking live. So it's a big, sad thing. Everyone's upset. The little girl overhears this thing, even though she was supposed to be distracted by her brother. And off the little girl says her parting wishes to Grandpapa, which is, Grandpa, take me to the lake again. I want to see God. Because the lake, I should have said earlier, is where God comes and visits this girl. And not only does she have the power of healing, she has the power of art. Suddenly she's become a great artist through this. So she demands to go to the lake where she can see God once again. We go to the hospital, shish boom ba. She's basically dying. And then Grandpa and all the local people that she healed, the cancer, actually the wheelchair guy didn't show up again, the second one. The cancer guy, actually the blind girl didn't show up either. Where were they? But anyway, a hashtag group of people she's healed come out, and they make this elaborate hospital break scene, which was pretty exciting. And they get her out of the hospital, despite the security, despite the media. And they have this big chase scene where Grandpapa and the girl in the car with the brother, and then the bully comes back with the bad dog is now a good dog, and they take her up to the lake where she can either die in peace or see God, or etc., etc. So the movie, I enjoyed it. It's a tearjerker. Like I said, these Christian movies are kind of braced on a curve, because there is, I think it's fair to say, an agenda to these Christian movies for the most part. They want to get people to be Christians coming out of this thing. So there is an agenda, but there's good acting. There's solid storytelling. I think a lot of these films that feature a kid actor, like an unknown kid actor, they kind of live and breathe by the abilities of the kid actor, and whoever this little actress is did a great job. So if she sticks with acting, if she doesn't get caught up in the Hollywood machine, she'll do fine. She'll have a nice career. And this movie, hopefully it brings in some money for her, and she can afford her college fees or whatever. But I thought it was a good film. It was filmed in Oklahoma. It was a SAG-AFTRA Writers Guild movie, so that's all nice. All the unions apparently were involved. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. I'll sneeze off camera so I don't pass COVID. Now I can't sneeze because I worked it up too much in my mind. Overall, I did enjoy the film. Would you, the movie-going public, enjoy it? Probably. I mean, it's a good movie. Like I said, like these Christian films, there's a guy like kind of dancing in the parking lot here. I try not to be judging, but I would say that you can go see this movie, whatever your Christian or non-Christian beliefs are. It's okay. You can see the movie. Someone's got their horn honking. I liked the movie. There was, look, it's just a tough time to see movies in the theater. So I understand that many of you may not be comfortable yet if you haven't been vaccinated. I'm still trying to get, should we get personal? I'm in between vaccinations. I'll be getting my second vaccination shot shortly, of which I'm looking forward to. So I'm trying to keep all the offers for companionship and socialization at bay. I'm trying to keep my social distance from people, but people are demanding my attention. So I know that it's tough, but shortly I'll be fully vaccinated. And once that occurs, I will be a social machine. I will be wheeling and dealing, and so on and so forth. So anyway, now I am curious, I guess if I remember, because I always say that, just like you, I always say, oh yeah, I'll look that up. We always say we're going to Google something, or I'll look it up on YouTube, or I'll Google it later, and then you don't. But I am wondering, A, was this a true story? B, if so, when and where? C, is this young person who was young in the movie, is that person still alive? What is she up to? If she's still alive, what is she doing? Is she still a faith healer? I mean, I have some ailments. I might need some prayer. What's going on with this movie? So, or these people? Or, in fact, was it all just a made-up story? But I do have the feeling that it wasn't fictional. So we will see. But I overall, I enjoyed the film. Overall, I liked it. There you go, Mike Messier. Of course, you can watch my movies, Mike Messier original films, right here on YouTube for free. You can subscribe. Might be nice for all the things that I do for you. You might subscribe. If the filmmaker of this film is watching this review, you can always hire me as an actor. And my wonderful screenplay, Fight or Play Basketball, would make a fine film. Award-winning script. And that's about all the sand in Zanzibar. So Mike Messier, Mike's Instant Movie Review, and that's about it.